What up? We sorry for being late, everybody. Sorry for being late, everybody.
Sorry for being inconsistent, but it's football season. And
Yeah,
we
we
tied
back,
up.
bro. We back. The DNC is live tonight. What's going on? Oh, man. I want to see what's going on at the DNC. Welcome, everybody. I know we may not get our high numbers because we tardy.
I got to start sharing, dog.
Yeah, me too. I know we tardy. We apologize. We back on a weekly basis. We just gonna have to make it.
I think we're gonna have to move it to 9:30, dog. Because
no, that's too late. We gonna be professional. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get our staffs up to speed. We could leave maybe a little 15, 20 minutes early to really give y'all what y'all want, because we know everybody want to talk. But we got a great topic tonight. I think we got a topic that everybody gonna like.
Look at Emma shooting at us.
What?
Emma shooting at us. Talking about it was 9:30 because we wasn't on. We came on 5 minutes after 9:30. My man.
Sorry, M. We here though. We here, M. I swear we here. We back. Everything is going good. We got some great topics tonight, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Tap in with us, man. We got some great topics tonight. Things are going good.
Life is good.
Life is a beautiful thing. We all blessed. Everything is going good. Anybody out there that support us, I want to thank y'all. We support you back. If you got something going on and you ever need our support, let us know. We'll do our best, to try to support you. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. Your boy PH is getting saved on Friday at my own swimming pool. So that's going to be a blessing. I'm taking a big step. Nate, what up? M, what up, M? M, where we going to see the double wing at this fall, M? Holla at me. Where we going to see the double wing at? You coming to the big house, M? I got a team for you. M, what up, M? I got a team for you down here in the big house. Let's make it happen, Captain. Let's make it happen. I want to thank everybody for joining in, for tapping in with us, for checking in. I know it's not going to be, you at high school. Oh, the triple option still around? Woo-wee. I want to see your offense, man. Send me a film or two, man. I want to see that. I might try to put that in that 13U next year. I'm going to take over the Hurricanes 13U next year, maybe, or something like that. Take over one of them levels. I'm not being an assistant coach next year. Emmett O'Brien Tech and Aunt Sonia. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up, Em. Hey, everybody tap in with us, man. If you out, if you're around, tap in. Got good things going on. We about to get started. We just making our shares, trying to get the numbers up. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. Anyway, we see you in 30 seconds. It's your boy PH, the Prez, Mr. Above 140, and I'm here with the co-host.
It's your boy, Coach Correa, the General.
The General is here, and we need to talk about something that's really, really, really important. So Tito, Jamboree season. Let's start off with the Jamboree season, Tito. Jamboree season is going down in Pop Warner this weekend. You have teams playing, I think, in New Britain. You have Southern playing in New Britain. You have Central playing at Manchester High, at Hartford, and at Bloomfield High. You have the 6 and 8Us there. I know Southern got other games, maybe out in Milford, I believe. I got to get
the locations. Somebody got to put up the locations.
I definitely know one location is in New Britain, and that's only because our 9U team out of Central is going to be joining Southern in their Jamboree. We got the Soul Bowl. Basically, that's Hartford and New Haven's. Basically our Jamboree. It's something light. We're going to play for about an hour, 2 25-minute running halves. We make it a fun, nice event. Nisha, get out of here. Nisha, stay on. Talk about some good night. Good night for what? You ain't going to sleep? Maybe watching your stories later to see what you doing. But anyway, we got so we got definitely got the Soul Bowl going on. We're playing at 6.
What's up, Bowman? What up, Bowman? Peace to the guys.
9, yes, peace out. At 9, at 10, at 11, at 12, but there's no 13 game. Our 13U from Hartford will be playing on Sunday. We will be banging out on Sunday. With I think we're playing a couple teams. Bloomfield is one of them who I heard got a good decent 13U. And so yeah, we got a couple good jamborees going on. I don't know. Name some of the other jamborees that's going on around the region. We'll talk about it. I know that Risma, I heard.
What's going on in Mass? Mass don't got their Jamboree weekend.
They don't even do it.
Do they? Because they start week 1 next week, I think.
Yeah, well, Risma, I heard Risma.
Central Mass start next week in AYF. I know that. I believe they
week
start.
1, yeah, they do. They start this weekend, right?
Next week, I think. Maybe
when we start. I heard they start this weekend.
This weekend, yeah.
They start this weekend.
So it's week 1. It's week 1 in Central Mass AYF. I don't know if it's. Yep. So it's week 1 for them because they got a very big conference. Is nobody week 1 in Pop Warner this week?
No week 1s in Pop Warner. Most of us start the 31st, and I think Northeast Mass will be starting after Labor Day. And so that's what I think is going on. Yeah, that's what I think is going on. And so, yeah, it's Jamboree weeks. We're going to find a lot after Jamboree week. After Jamboree week, we'll be releasing week 1 of the rankings. So next Wednesday, week 1, we'll update the rankings. It'll be updated preseason rankings once we get to see what everybody got here through the grapevine. Send a couple feelers out there, get a couple spots.
We got eyes everywhere. We're gonna get the scoop. If one thing we get is the scoop. One thing we get the scoop. Trust me. Even when we don't
send out some updates, man.
Even when we don't want the scoop, we get the scoop. What up, Wayne, man? What up,
Wayne? What up, Wayne?
See, I seen Kennedy too. What up, Kennedy from Hamden? Was saying what up.
Who? Oh, where? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll get the scoop. We'll update it.
What's going on in PA, Wayne? What's going on in PA, Wayne?
C's is looking. Rodney Meyer, C's is looking for you.
Oh, wow.
C's is looking for you. Hey, C's, word is you're going to find him week 1. You're going to find them week 1, C's. I heard about it. I don't got no knowledge of that, but you might find them week 1. We'll see what happened. So, Tito, that's Jamboree. We'll get on that later. College football starts this week.
Yes, absolutely.
Who we got starting this week?
No, this week, the big one is Florida State, Georgia Tech, and Ireland.
Yes.
That's the big one. That's that Georgia first game of Ireland. Then I think we get a couple Mountain West games. They start earlier than everybody. We get Hawaii. We get Hawaii, SMS
at the same time.
Yeah, we get a couple of them.
So we got Florida State, Georgia Tech.
One of those games is not on TV. I don't know which one. One of them is not on regular.
It's Delaware State and Hawaii.
Right.
Dang, Georgia State, Florida. That's at noon time.
Look, and they put them at noon. Bro, I'm mad at you.
But we got SMU.
I'm mad at you.
Gonna be a bad game.
I'm mad at you, cuz. I'm mad at you. You know.
Yo, listen.
I'm tight.
Listen.
I'm tight.
SMU Nevada is not going to be a bad game. And Montana versus New Mexico State is not going to be a bad game.
It's why I never wanted to mess with those young ages. Y'all cutting into my personal time, dog. Y'all cutting into my personal time.
Usually the noon games aren't as good as that.
Bro, look at the noon game this week, dog.
Look at Tyree said, go Noles. Tyree, you a Florida State fan? Oh, God. You got a long season ahead of you, brother. Jose, what up? Manchester in the house. Jose, how y'all looking over there at 10U, brother? You got a Florida staff that done jumped down to 10U. D2, watch out. Watch out over there, C's.
Oh, we'll be able to catch the 8 o'clock.
That's right.
We're gonna miss the 4 o'clock. Hold on, go back up, dog. We missing the 4 o'clock. Oh
nah, the 4 o'clock game. Nah, it's 1 hour games. The second half of the 4 o'clock game we'll be able to get. But then Thursday though, we got some football.
Oh no, Thursday Colorado's going down. Thursday
we already made that bet. I won last year on that bet from you.
No, you didn't. They're going down this Thursday.
We bet this last year.
Dog. Is that this Thursday? Yeah, that's this Thursday. Where's it? Colorado, right there. North Dakota State. What day is that? Right here, the bottom. Right in the middle, in the middle field. In the middle, dog. Right there, boom.
Colorado, yes, Thursday, 8 o'clock. Yeah. ESPN. And Colorado might. I want my money. No, we bet hot pots. We bet hot pots.
No, we ain't doing hot pots. Oh, you mean
we bet hot pots.
You mean Hungry Man?
No, hot pots at Buckland Mall. Where you the buffet.
The Hungry, I mean, whatever that's called. It's not called hot pots, though. Hot pots in Hartford.
Hungry pots.
Pots.
Hot pots is in a Hartford, bro. You talking about the Hartford one? I ain't talking about that one.
Yeah, you talking about Hungry? Yeah, you talking about it's not hot pots. It's Hungry pot, whatever it's called.
Cal, what up, Cal?
KR, what up, baby?
What we got? Notre Dame will still give them.
No, North Dakota State. You talking about?
No, absolutely not, Wayne. Wayne, you want to get on this Hungry Man deal? I eat a lot. He already paid for the buffet.
Wayne like 3 hours out.
And with Cash App, you ain't never too far. You're just a button away, brother. I don't want to hear all that.
Look at this though. Central Connecticut is opening up with Central Michigan on ESPN. Go up.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. CCSU for the upset. CCSU. Good game at Hartford today, fellas. Boom. Taking off. We was practicing. I agree, though. I agree. We happen to practice on the field with some other teams. Y'all know how that go. But Bowman, I agree. Hey, listen up. Tito, let's get to the topic I really want to get to. Let's get to the controversial stuff. Everybody in New England might remember from about a year and a half ago, me and Tito was on this very podcast in front of everybody. And Tito made the statement that going every level was a great thing for youth football. And you all might remember me telling Tito, just quote me. This is when Pop Warner had just went over. AYF was doing all the levels. Pop Warner was even. And I warned Tito. And I want my flowers. I warned him and I said this and I'll say it again. Going every level has ruined youth football in New England. Going every level has ruined youth football in New England. Now, for you guys that are good at the odds and you feeling yourself because you recruited the world, have at it. I don't care about your little championship that you think you're going to get, or even if you sneak out of here at the region. The fact of the matter is, when we had 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, every program filled every level. And you know what? There was a complete season, a 3-game playoff,
Gauntlet,
state championship. It was a league championship, state championship, regional semi, and regional championship game. We have gotten to a place where you're stretching programs that I can do an 11U, a 12U, and a 6U. And then over there, they got a 9U, a 10U, and a 13U. Then you have one program that happened to be great, and they got 6 to 13. And so you have ruined it. Because now you're trying to put together a schedule, but 8U can't play 9U. 13U can't play 12U. 10U can't play 11U, and 6U can't play 8U. So what type of schedule are you putting together? It becomes mayhem. And everybody still want the schedule as if everything was even, right? Because we don't want to give nothing up. We want everything to ourselves. So we want the odds, and we want to recruit, and we want all these stacked 11-year-olds because no, why they got to go up? They can't compete up there. Oh, but give us the same schedule as if we was odd, because we want to play 8 different teams and we want to play all talented teams. Another thing, you want to know who made that decision? I believe it came from National. At least in Pop Warner, it came from National. I was advocating 100% against it because I knew the landscape of New England. I'm a forward thinker. I knew the landscape of New England. I knew very well that we are not big enough football junkies in New England to fill. So what have we gotten to? Now remember, we used to be odd.
I want to piggyback off of that.
Right, go ahead.
People, I think, all of us, and even myself, that when they offered the single ages, it sounded good because a lot of us that were in the unweighted structure prior was in grade based, where grade based is more like all the evens. So I think some of us definitely got misconstrued when it went to the years. It sounded like a good idea. For a little while there, it was, while it was filtering through the from unlimited to the every year. It worked for a little while. Then when it cycled through, we realized there was holes everywhere in that structure. Now, I also understand why some of the people went to every year, because like I told you where I was at the last stop, we were getting okay, I know I'm going to be on 12U this year, but I'm 11. I'm really not going to play, so I'm going to hop over there and then, you know what I'm saying, go there for 11 and try to come back at 12. And I think what National was thinking is how we were thinking, that going to every year avoids that. So I think that was part of the logic to it. You know what I'm saying? Avoids all that hopping around. But in retrospect, looking at it, it did ruin the landscape. It ruined this space in youth football.
And we're never going to get it back. You know why? Because now people with either a 9, a 7, 9, 11, or 13, they're stacked. And who wants to now give it up? Nobody now wants, because you know what? Also that makes you have to do, and I don't care if y'all don't like this, I'm going to say it anyway. Tito, you got to do less coaching. I no longer got to teach a 9-year-old how to play 10U. I have all 10-year-olds. I don't want the 9-year-olds. You guys stay down there. Right? When it was even, I remember in 2019 specifically, Pop Warner had even only, and we was one level nationwide. I remember that year. That was one of the greatest years I played in Pop Warner. We played 8 football games against different teams. We played Hamden in the playoff. We played Ansonia in the state championship. We played Ansonia in the league championship after beating Hamden in the playoff. We then went on to play Oxford in the States. We then went on to play Nadim and out in Rhode Island, and then went on to play Dorchester. That was 5 postseason games. At nowhere in travel football are there 5 postseason games. Nowhere. Now let me say this, and that's a good point, and I'm getting to that.
Let me see that. Well, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
And so what have that resulted to? Because we've seen a falter of this every year thing. Teams are now going back to every 2 years. Let me present my evidence. Northern Connecticut Pop Warner, all odds. Odds is every 2 years. 10 and 11s on 11, 12 and 13s on 13, 6 and 7s on 7s, 8 and 9s on 9, 7, 9, 11, 13 every 2 years. Risma, they stayed even every 2 years. Northern, they stayed odd every 2 years. Southern and Central doing a mixed schedule, and we need each other at this point. because we're doing every year. The every 2 year in New England works. Every year sounds good when you can just choose the level of the kids that come and then say, Tito, you're going to do the schedule? Cool. I want to wake up by August 31st. Make sure you give me a good schedule. Oh, and I want to schedule like we used to have in the past. I don't want to play nobody twice. Oh, and those 4 home dates I gave you, I need those at home. That's not the landscape no more. That's not the landscape no more. And you're right, JB. It was more money at Nationals, but was it really? Because now, after 2019, remember what they did, Tito? They then went Division 1 and 2. You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to Nationals. There go your extra money right there. And I will put to anybody, the 6 or 8 you going to Nationals will make more money than any 11 you going to Nationals or 13 you teams. Because when 6 and 8 you go, grandma, grandpa, aunts and uncles, and everybody going to go to see little Joey play on the stream at live. All over. I mean, just look at the flag national championships that take place at ESPN White World of Sports. See how many people go? And 6U goes down there. We could have made just as much, not we, because I don't make no money. It would have been just as much money in the pot to keep all these teams together, every level full, nationwide, gauntlets and everything. You did not need to chase AYF structure. Maybe it was UIF or YNC. I don't know who was first. You did not need to chase that structure because it actually don't work nowhere. Already, and my guys out of the Midwest can correct me. Already, there are teams qualifying for nationals in certain regions because there's nobody for that team to play. You have 9U teams out there, Tito. Nobody. They're going to fill their schedule with somebody else. But there's nobody in their region to play because nobody in their region can fill those levels. We've depleted youth football around the nation, and it's never going to go back because us as coaches want our cake and want to eat it too. If I'm lying, I would like somebody out there to challenge me. You cannot tell me the landscape of youth football in New England ain't all screwed up. Think about what I just said. You have 5 leagues in Pop Warner. Northeastern Mass, Southern, Central, RISMA. Is that it? 4 leagues?
Northeast. What are you talking about? Pop Warner?
Yep. Oh, 5. Northern, Southern. That's it.
Central, Northeast, and RISMA.
4. You have
5,
4.
though. Northeast.
All right.
Northern, the 3 in Connecticut, right. RISMA, and Mass. It's 5, though.
5. Okay, now take these 5. 2 of them, 1 of them are even only Division 2. The other 2 Division 2s are odd only. They'll never even play. They might as well not even be in the same league. They'll never play. Because I'm doing 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and you doing 7, 9, 11, 13. We're never going to play. So if you reduce it to that, we've reduced the league to really only having 2 leagues. Because if RISMA and RISMA and Northern will never, ever play a game against each other. So essentially, they're not in the same league. So you can reduce it to saying it might be 5, but it's 4. And Northeast Mass is like Southern. They do both, Division 1, Division 2. But they're odd only. So RISMA will never play them. RISMA will only play Southern or Central. RISMA will only play Southern or Central. Because their levels don't match up. I think we have to do something about that. 7, 9, 11, 13 is the way to go. Freshmen should play high school. Makes most sense. The smaller towns can never fill the 14U. Chad, let me say something. First of all, I can tell you as a person that do 6U, the 5s matter in a program when you're doing 6U. But let me say this. There's some big city like us, who don't necessarily do freshman football. So 14 and keeping those extra 5, 6, or 7 or 8 14-year-olds with you every year. I have some 14-year-olds right now that's in the 8th grade. They might have stayed back early on. We still get an extra opportunity to keep them. So even if you say 14U and obviously predominantly there'll be 13U, you'll keep a couple of the 14 stragglers I think it should be even because you lose a level. You got 4 levels here. I think with 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, you get 5. I like it's apples and oranges. There's no right or wrong answer, but I like it with allowing us to have 5 levels instead of 4. We need to go back. In New England, I don't know about around the nation. I do know around the nation that it has hurt them, but in the New England landscape, if everybody in New England went even, imagine the gauntlet we'll have. Let's be honest, you'd have more fun. Now, for those people going, yo, but I got a 9U and a 10U. Cool, do 2 teams. You could do 2 teams. It's not like you can't do 2 teams. But I just don't think that we should be listen, we're deteriorating, Tito. Yeah. The region in youth football is deteriorating. The coaches are screwed up. It's a recruit and don't coach culture. That's what we have right now. It's recruit and then boast and brag and say everybody's scared to play us. Oh, you got the 15.
No, the coach is toxic. The coach is toxic.
Nobody wants to play you. No, listen, Tito, there is absolutely no waivers on the 10U team in Hartford.
Absolutely none.
There is no way on the 9U team in Hartford. We got rid of the 1. We may be getting 1 waiver right now. Maybe. No waivers on our 9 and 10U or 8U team. Or 6U for that matter. No waivers, Tito. Homegrown. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all call it being suckers and punks and all that. Some of y'all don't know how to coach. Because psyche of kids, if you're smart and you know football, you'll never kill the psyche of your kids early on. And I know y'all all got to beat y'all chest. Y'all just going to disagree with me. I'll be the sucker in this. But let me tell y'all something. If I got a homegrown Hartford Hurricanes team and you have, I know personally you've recruited a bunch of kids and you call me in August, I'm not playing you. I'm not playing you. I'm only playing you so you can beat your chest and prove that you're good. Y'all gonna try to disguise it as, oh, we just want to get work.
And then we got the cornballs that hop on teams that were already built and on the internet every day acting like they done something in this business. Like when in reality, coaching in general at the youth level in Connecticut is at an all-time low. It's at an all-time low compared to where it was at. Think about when we was coming up in this, all the dudes that were like me and you, no kids involved, coaching. That day has kind of went away. Now it's the dads get together with their sons and come up with these so-called super teams. Like that's where the culture went. That's where the culture went. It's no longer play with your town, try to, it's let's all get together and put together this team and let's go out and play football. And then we're gonna act like we're the greatest coaches in the world. When you watch those teams play, they don't run not one real fucking play. Not one real play.
Yo, listen. It's true that I wouldn't play a team not on my schedule. So y'all be clear about what Phil said. If you know the Hurricanes over 10 years, you've never seen us not show up for a game. Good, bad, or indifferent. We have never not shown up for a game. But let me say this. I also understand the teams that I have. I am a victim. Maybe victim is not the word. I am I was blessed per se to have had super duper stacked teams from Hartford, right? I was blessed to have had super duper stacked teams, but they were so talented, and I say this all the time because I ain't up here needing the cap. They were blessed to the point where sometimes I didn't have to coach for them to win. It's just true. And we coached in 2019. I didn't really have to. We did a hell of a job coaching. But the truth of the matter is, Tito, we could have took our foot off the brake. Not a team that got a first down in all of New England. We could have took our foot off the brake and let people get a couple first downs and still won the game and let the kids call their own plays. I remember in 2018, when we were putting up 30, 40 points average in the game, this is when we had Kid Cannon, Antoine, all these kids, me and Mike, shout out to Antoine. We just saw him in the store. He got 2 kids now. He married. It's crazy to see one of our kids from 2018 married and all that. He doing well. But they were so talented. Kid Cannon was calling his own plays. He's the quarterback right now at the University of New Haven. The running back goes to Southern and plays corner. They were good football players. You did not need to do that. Homegrown. Taught them 6U. Rose could tell you in 2015 we went to Florida. Played Virginia Beach on national TV. Lost by 6 points. Homegrown team. Started at 6 years old. Those type of teams don't exist often anymore. They exist, not often, right? I think I seen West Haven team, the core of West Haven team come from 8U up. The core of them did, right? What other teams maybe? I don't know. I don't know, right? But one thing I didn't do was we didn't follow a team all the way up in Hartford. And we're going to start to get out of that process because we're not doing that no more. I think it does a disservice to the program. I think it does a disservice to the kids. My own personal opinion. But the truth of the matter is the youth football game, we got to start cultivating it. And we have to understand something that if a person don't play you, it's not because they scared. It's because they got to get prepared. You don't look. Deion Sanders said it straight up. Nobody called him a sucker. I'm not ready to play Alabama yet, but give me some time. I'll bang out with them. But when we say that in youth football, y'all jump on the internet and call them suckers. Like you too stupid to realize that the same psyche he trying to protect on a college kid, I have a duty to protect on my 10, 11, and 12 you. But you call him a sucker. He's not. There are teams out there that are structured to play teams like that. Sydney, no, that's not true. That's not true, Sydney. No, it's not. That's
what
not
true.
Say? That's not true. The core of New Haven 11, you've been together since 6. That's not true.
Yeah.
They had a group. They do got a group, but not when you say core, Sydney, you gotta give me a number because that ain't true. That's not true, Sydney. I'm sorry, brother.
What up, Madge?
Madge, what up, Madge? Why do you feel it's a disservice to the kids moving up with
because them? It ruins your program. It absolutely ruins your program because in this business, after years of being with the same people, relationships stale and ultimately teams fall apart because of it.
5 guys is not a core, Sid. I'm just saying. I read that as majority. That might be my fault. If you're talking about the top 5 guys, I don't know if they're the top 5 guys, but I know the guys you're talking about, they have been there for a while with the team moms and everything rocking with them. That is true. They got a good group over there, though. I like those kids are all cool. They all engage with the All-Star game. They cool kids, and the parents is cool as well. So how do we fix the culture? Do we eliminate the recruiting process, or what the answer is? Let me ask y'all something. What if we went to in New England, everybody must play where they live? Absolutely, there's no waivers no matter what. I'm not advocating that, but somebody proposed that to me, so I'm going to throw it out to y'all.
Shoreline does.
What if in New England, you played where you lived and you had to deal with it?
Shoreline
How many of y'all would be? How many of y'all would be good today? Answer me. How many of y'all would be good if you had to take only the kids in your town? How many? Nate, y'all basically got the whole city to yourself. Y'all don't really even have an AYF team.
I agree. What makes better football?
Answer that question. Hey, Tyree, let me rephrase. I want to be clear. I never said if everybody was on one team. So you got 3 teams in your city. If all the Bridgeport kids had to play amongst those 3 teams, do you still think Bridgeport would dominate? I'm not saying everybody on one team. I'm saying Bridgeport Raiders can only have Bridgeport kids. Don't ask for no waivers. Don't come up with, my mother lived over there and my father lived with his girlfriend and he happened to sleep with Shorty and he don't got nowhere to live right now, so he live in Hartford, so I could go either way. No. Where you go to school on your report card is where you going to play football. How many of y'all would be good? Answer the question.
I know I'll be good wherever
Nate,
I'm at.
Why you think New Haven? I don't know, Nate. You can talk. I don't think New Haven got an AYF program, do they?
No, yeah, the Elm City, but I think they're more like a.
That's what I'm saying.
Elm City more like a trilogy.
The big cities would beat everybody. Well,
no, the big cities divide talent, though. Most of the bigger cities divide talent between multiple programs.
New Haven would be wild. Tell me why y'all think New Haven would be wild. I ain't disagreeing. I in my mind, and because I'm not in New Haven, I don't know the AYF program, no shot at them. In my mind, New Haven got the bulk of New Haven kids, but I could be wrong about that. It definitely will be bigger cities. New London is 6 square miles. All big cities would dominate. Big cities dominate right now anyway.
Not the high school level.
No, because what did they do? They blew us back up. That's why. Naugatuck does not recruit, and we have been pretty good. Naugatuck, yeah, y'all guys have been decent over the years. I'll give you that. That's true. A lot of programs would be hit. Kids didn't show up. What you talking about, Will? I'm going to say it again. Let's do it. That's one advocate. One of the best 13U players in New England live in New Haven. Are you talking about the kid that came to play for Hartford? I think that's what you hinting at, Nate. You can say it. We ain't got to do nothing. Just remember that the starting running back on your 12U team is from Hartford as well before you throw that out there. I just want to put that out there, though. New Haven would be touched. Wouldn't be touched, to be honest.
What?
He said New Haven would
be delusional, dog. These cats is delusional, bro. Just delusional.
How many teams does Elm City got? Elm City, AYF, and watch out for that's 90s football. Is anything wrong with 90s football? Y'all know this is never gonna happen. This is like
hypothetical,
right? Yeah, hypothetical. Hey Nate, 1000%. You know that's true. Cut it out, bro. Like you know that's true. Cut the shit. You know it's true, my G. Waterbury would dominate, possibly. Waterbury got a couple good teams. Do big cities see a decline in participation as the years go by? I'll say this. Typically, the Hurricanes have been consistent.
Well, but that has to do with how you market your program, how you run your program. And I'm not saying the Hurricane. I'm saying programs that sustain is because their formula and their model works. The programs that don't sustain, and I can name a bunch of them off the top of my head, it's because of their leadership. This is a business. We've said it 1,000 times. You have to run it like a business, and you have to keep track of what's going on. You got to stay up with the new things that are going on and how you promote your program. If you don't, you will die and go away. We are now in the era where we're going to see certain programs go away. Remember before I used to tell you, the hardest thing to do is get rid of a program, so I don't even try to do it. But now we're getting to the era where you're going to start seeing programs go away because of poor leadership and dudes that are antiquated trying to hold on that need to move on and give it to the young Thundercats.
I will put to you, Sid, that Hartford got kids playing all over the state as well. Lynn slowly becoming one program. Good. You guys should become one. I'm an advocate for one program in all the big cities, personally. My own personal. He's not talking about the kid you got, Phil. Is there another kid out there playing somewhere?
Yeah, I'm sure there's kids everywhere.
Thank you, Greg. Somebody. Yo, sees West Road will still run D2. He had me screaming. Sees crazy. Edgewood, the only big city from Rhode Island, not at AYF. True. Edgewood, why aren't you guys running WRSMA? That's the question. They said big cities would run it. Say it louder for the people in the back, Tito, he said. Need to feed high schools. Parents move based on high schools, but find value in doing so at least middle school to build the futures with the coaches. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just like, what if we threw that hypothetical out there? How many of y'all would be good? Let me ask y'all a better question. Whatever team you on right now, eliminate that record, or whatever you think is going to be. What's the most success you had as a coach? I'm going to ask y'all again. I want y'all to think about what I'm saying, because this is going to touch a lot of soul. Remove the team you're coaching now. Remove if you follow that team all the way up. Do you have any type of credibility, record, or anything of success coaching another team in any program or anything? I'm honestly curious. There's a lot of coaches on this thread. I know I've seen coach multiple levels or in different programs, and they may not have won championships, but they've been consistently coaching kids up and being a contender. There's something to be said about those type of coaches. We don't get enough credit, and I'm not me as a coach. We coaches as a group don't get enough credit for those that don't win chips, but consistently pushing the thread to be a contender, coaching these kids up, taking a 4-4 team. Now they may be 6-2 and competing, right? Taking a 3-5 team. Maybe they now 5-3 and they're in the state championship. Those coaches will never get discussed because the ones that's going to post on social media are the ones that's on a stacked team over the years and then boast. Just my thoughts, people.
With nobody at work.
My thoughts. Don't be personal.
With nobody at work. And
it goes with the area and location. The kids are not the same out in Danbury as in major cities.
That's not true. I coached in Danbury. And I told you all the time, Phil, my best experience in my 23 years of coaching was in Danbury with the Hatters. By far the best experience I ever had in coaching was my 2 years in Danbury. And there's plenty of talent there.
I think he talking about mentality, not talent.
Bro, like the kids, what do guys think is in Danbury? Like, I understand people look at it. I understand that people look at it like it's Westchester County, but it's not. Danbury is very much like other urban areas in Connecticut. Now, does it have the violence and all that? Maybe not. But Danbury has hoods, brother. Like, it does. It absolutely does. Like, it's not like everybody. I don't understand why people look at Danbury like it's the suburbs. It's absolutely not.
Yo, Deuce, you coach the elite Maryland Punishers? Teams I coach have been winning. My record is damn good. Now that you asked the question. Danbury, I have a winning season 2 of the 3 years. So he was in Danbury when you was there. That's Deuce, you know, he from Hartford. Not getting beat by 30 every game when I had a not so good team was his best season. I remember that, Kel, but you came down to goddamn Trinity and I had the best team in New England. It was zip at halftime. You remember me screaming at my team? He said, no, it's not. The mentality of those kids in Danbury isn't the same as like the mentality of Hartford and New Haven kids. It is the suburbs. And yes, he coached out in Maryland. Oh, okay. Kel lived in Danbury. I did too when I went to WestCon. I guess I will pump my chest. Pump your chest. Listen, fellas, listen. Y'all know this true. The culture has shifted to those. Remember Eddie Murphy? For those that's old enough, y'all young coaches, y'all ain't gonna know about this. But for those that remember Eddie Murphy Raw and all that, remember when he was like, Eddie, what have you done for me lately? Remember that, y'all? Right? You treat me like animal. The big thing when he was like, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? That's the culture we're in. It's what have you done now? Don't nobody care if you're a consistently good coach. If you're not going to win a championship, they're going to leave your team. I'm going to say it again. Don't nobody care if you're a good coach and you're going to prepare their child for high school. If you're not winning championships, people are going to leave your team. And that's why I say we have to do something about our game. I wanted to last. I'm here. Y'all can see. I'm trying to put on for the culture. I'm trying to push talent. Expose talent. Those that have been involved with anything I've been involved in, I don't hoard information and I don't try to put myself in front of anybody that want to talk to any kid about moving them higher. But the truth of the matter is, we are operating in a what have you done for me lately culture, where the only thing that matters is the championships in the Florida championship you can get to. It doesn't matter if a kid don't learn anything. I can have the 19 best players in the state, win everything, go to Florida, and win a national championship, and everybody gonna say, Phil got this. You the GOAT. You're never gonna notice the guy that took a team that was 0-8 and got them to 5-3 and consistently push those kids out to high school. Kids will start to leave that kid team to come to my team. I mean, all of my kids, none may even go to high school. But parents will leave that team and come to my team because people want to win and win at all costs. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but y'all out there, if we could just have a keep it real moment, y'all know that to be true. You know that to be true. You know it to be true. And look, y'all know my slogan, right? I don't preach. I don't preach failure. So I do want to win. I'm a sore loser, so of course I want to win. But everything has revolved around only those that win. And if you lose, then something must be wrong, or you can't coach. You know, listen, it's funny. So Tito, we played the show, and there was coaches all around Andy Fisher, and I heard coaches talking like Hartford isn't good because we wasn't putting on a show against the show. We're talking about a team that was in a UIFL open bracket national championship at one level that had dogs at the other two levels. And because they're sitting there as our kids and our coaches coach, they think they got the right to tell us, you're going to be on the clock. You're not that good. The show don't look that good. Then why don't y'all play them? Why don't y'all? I got the number. I got the number. Who want to play them? Y'all that was talking like that, why don't y'all play them? Call them to y'all field and tell them y'all could beat them. Y'all will clock them. Y'all gonna clock the Hurricanes, obviously, because that's what y'all think. Which y'all, it's not true, but that's what y'all think. Those kids from New Britain, I think you mean Power Raiders, talked crazy to my kids, and they not used to that type of talk.
Yeah, but some of that got to do with who's leading them as well. Kids take on the persona of their coaches. Like that's reality. So you can make all the bro. I coached in Danbury, like I said, dog. And dude, I ain't had that problem what he's talking about at all. At all. You can go on my YouTube channel and check all those highlights. There was dogs out there everywhere. I don't know what he's talking about.
So, Ant, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to read this statement, then I'm going to have a conversation. I've been coaching the same group in Ansonia for 5 years. He lost a championship to West Haven, and he lost another one. This is his first year without his boys in 9 years. Ant, to me, you don't really know what type of coach you are. You've been with the same group of kids, and you might have had the success with the same group of kids. Now you're about to find out because you're going to get a new group of kids. May not even be good. You're going to know right now because those, and I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about as a self-reflection, not like what I think. This group that you got coming up is going to be one of the most, in my opinion, from doing this from a long time, learning experiences for you as a coach. Because as you had that group already, you knew who your quarterback was, running back was, all that. Now you got to get to the nitty-gritty. You got to break off at indies. You got to teach DNs. You got to teach a quarterback. You got to teach a running back. You have to find one. You got to find those diamonds in the roughs. You already had it for the last 9 years. It was easy. It was clockwork. Now the reset button, and when those kids ain't there and they're off in the abyss, you now got to create it from scratch. For me, that's when you have the most fun coaching. That's when I've had the most fun. For Pop Warner, all road lead through New Haven. Look at the rosters of recent Florida teams from neighboring towns. That's actually false. JB, I had 2 teams that went to Florida last year with nobody from New Haven. So I don't know what that means. But from Pop Warner, all roads lead to New Haven. And we've been to Florida the last 5 or 6 years. I'm not even level without one New Haven kid on the roster. I had not one New Haven kid on none of my rosters that went to Florida the last couple of years. So I don't know what you mean by off roads lead through New Haven. Maybe you trying to mean for West Haven. I think that's what you're trying to say. Facts, I've seen it in full effect this year, but that's how the game go. Why is everyone running to New Haven? Because they popping. Like,
yo, see if Madge want to come on. Let Madge come on, yo. Let Madge come on. You want views? No, right now.
No, yo, listen. We know why they popping. When you popping, people want to come to you. It's been years we've been so popping, everybody wanted to come to us. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I'm okay with saying, I ain't saying Hartford is immune to any of the stuff I'm talking about. So you don't have to call me out because I'll admit it to y'all. I'll admit to you that Ellis was playing down here and he's from New Haven. I'll admit to you that. That's true. He made what? 2 Florida trips down here when he was with us? I'll admit that to you. I don't have no qualms about that, but Ellis didn't come here because the Hurricanes was popping. For those out there, Ellis came to us because of y'all problems, not because of our problems. I never knew who Ellis was when he joined us. Never met him. Big Ellis will tell you, if y'all out there, Big Ellis, my guy, ask him. When I first met Ellis, he was like, yo, thanks for the waiver. Now I'm going to New Haven. I said, West Haven. I said, I don't know nothing about that. I can't do that. I said, what's your name? I was introduced to him. I never met him nor his son. So it's not true that we took a player that we knew was good.
Hold on. Go back to that last question.
Times have changed.
Go back to the last.
Should coaches stay with a team until they leave the program?
Absolutely not.
I think you should. I think you should let your kids go, bro.
It gets stale.
The show on the clock. Cash. Defend the honor, Cash. Defend the honor, Cash. Chasing trips is more important than teaching kids and getting them ready for high school. That's a sad reality. For some, I think that could be true. The number 1 13U team in New England, I think you mean West Haven. I tend to probably agree with that. When you pop in, people want to play for you. Let's be real. And maybe it should be like that. When Alabama at the top of the food chain, don't all kids want to go play for Alabama? New England Patriots was in their dynasty mode. Moss wanted to go over there. I'm saying the reality. I ain't saying it's a bad or a good thing. It may be bad for the culture, but I'm not talking about any particular parent or coach or any of that. Let's be clear. I don't cast no stones, brother. Where the hell he get that info? What info you talking about, Greg? I'm a little delayed. They drink in New Haven again, I see.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Oh, JB, I told you. JB, I was trying not to get into it. Agree, Phil. Took over 2-win team and 2 years implemented the wing T thriving. I never had a team more than 2 years, and it forces you to coach. It does. West Haven, the Alabama of youth football, Connecticut. Cap.
Oh my God.
The coaching.
Yo, these cats, I'm telling you, I don't want to label all of it.
Tyree, wait, before you do that, Tyree, what is the coaching culture in Hartford? Tell me what the coaching culture is in Hartford, New Britain, New London, Bloomfield, Windsor, New Haven. Tyree, tell me what the culture is. Since their culture is so different, I want you to tell me what it's like down here in Hartford because I've never seen you pull up at the big house. I think that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking West Haven. They do got good coaches. I know Rick. I know, C's and all those guys. They put in work. My point is to say that their culture is different when you haven't seen all the coaches, I think it's disingenuous. They wouldn't sign his waiver. Who, Tyrese? Who waiver you talking about? Phil act like he don't know nobody.
Yo, but what has Tyree done in this space, in the coaching space?
Tyree, who did he coach for?
Who's he coached with?
He coached for it right now. He with West Haven 13U. I think.
But he's from Bridgeport or Stratford. Where's he from? Where's he from?
Wait. Phil said Hartford wasn't popping. No, I said people came to us when we were popping.
Yo, these dudes, bro.
By the way, we had two teams down at National. Still kind of popping.
They getting us caught up in that crossfire with the Hamden, New Haven, West Haven. That's what all this is about.
Yeah. It's subliminally like I'm getting bucks.
Like just say what it is. Y'all talking about Hamden, New Haven, West Haven, where streets divide y'all. So I understand. Waivers get real tricky over there. You guys got to figure that shit out. That's between y'all.
Another program because the problems they have with their previous coach. Let me ask y'all something about their previous coach thing. I think the question should be, why are kids leaving your specific town? I agree with that.
Leadership. That could be a leadership problem.
Ellis back then. Yeah, but Ellis came to us. It wasn't because we was popping. That's not true. Ellis came in 2016. By that time,
you was popping.
We was popping. We had We had 2 floor. Yeah, we was popping. But Ellis didn't come because we was popping. Ellis followed up.
I remember the drama of that whole thing. I was around.
Ellis came because of a friend. He did not come because he was popping. Ellis didn't need to because he was popping.
Oh, look at Joe Case. Tyree Mosby's from Stratford, like I figured, and hopped on the West Haven train.
No, but Nate, I'm just saying, you know, he didn't come because we was popping. He came with a friend, and he kind of made us pop more. If you want me to be real, Tyree, but he never played in Stratford. She said.
Okay.
RZ never played in Stratford. I played for Coach Jack and James. So RZ played for who? All his youth football careers. I think the Bridgeport. Hey, I'm on. Exactly. I know you trolling, Nate. I know you trolling. Hey, listen.
Peace to the guy, Maz. That's my guy. Imagine my guy.
I feel programs need to make people want to be a part of the process. If they don't, they will find another program. True. But let me ask you guys something. Follow me real quick. He started in Bridgeport in the 6th grade. Let me ask you guys something, and I mean this out there. If your son, Oprah's at the DNC right now speaking. If your son goes to Alabama and him and Nick Saban have a falling out, Nick Saban still like him, but he said some words you didn't like to your son.
That's right.
Are you going to leave Nick Saban? Now, before you say a youth football coach, not Nick Saban, let me say something. Some of y'all have left good football coaches because you was emotionally tied to something that a coach said, did, or you didn't like. You wouldn't leave Nick Saban because you know, even though you don't like what he say, if the most important thing is him preparing your child for the next level, NFL, then why wouldn't the most important thing be preparing your young child for high school? And if Coach Phil is doing a good job preparing your child, then why would you leave to go somewhere else because you got emotionally hurt? That's the question I got for y'all. I don't need a
man. Hold on.
athlete that's popping anywhere he goes. Oh, Phil, they ain't ready for that conversation. No, I'm serious though. Like, we have to start asking the question, right? Why would people leave programs?
Because, you know, let's just say what it is, because these cats all is chasing the Florida dream. That's why they do it. And if you look at it, it's the dads that team up with each other and put the kids together. It's the motto of those gentlemen I told you from 10, 15 years ago that created all this nonsense, bro. It's the dads that get together and put these teams. These kids don't have no choices in what they do. It's the dads, and then they all click up and coach on the team. And then you get what we got.
Some parents
Steve, that would be. I would believe that. See, that would be easy to believe. See, if it wasn't coming from West Haven, like that's the last place that should be coming from.
No. But listen to what he's saying, because I agree with this. Let me break this down. He ain't saying some parents want to win. He's saying some parents don't care about winning if their child can't be the reason you win. I think that's what he's saying. Cease, correct me, am I wrong? Facts, Tito. Matthew said. Tito spitting. I agree.
No, it's the fact, bro. We know it's happened. It's not just in. So I don't mean to single out West Haven, but it's going on other places. We do this. Dude's on the internet making people sick. I'm getting all types of calls today. Like, yo, I can see if you from the city that you repping and talking that shit. But when you doing it and you ain't from there, it looks crazy, dog. It looks crazy. Like, it looks crazy. It's corny because you ain't putting no work in the space.
Bought these Florida flights. Well, that's just called belief. I remember one year Stratford bought Florida flights and they didn't make it. I know that to be 100% true. I knew the Stratford president at the time, and he called me and told me what happened. They bought Florida flights because they knew that they were going to Florida. They were so good, and they ended up faltering. So I don't necessarily.
I'm glad we're having this conversation, because there's some things we got to hash out to try to clean up this space, because the space, the way it's going, we're gonna ruin it for ourselves. Like, we're gonna ruin it. It's already happening. It's already ruined.
Don't take nothing I'm saying personal. I honest to God am not targeting anybody with my conversation. I'm just merely talking what I feel from my lens. Your lens might be different, and that's cool. But I'm telling you right now that we got to understand that I understand people want to play together, but what are you guys going to do when you click up so much that there's
nobody wants to play you?
Like, is it? I remember one year there's a coach, Tito. We ain't gonna say his name. He coached out in New Britain. He used to coach at the top of New Britain program. Just think about what I'm talking about, right? And he coached at Hartford too. But anyway, Tito, I remember we were doing a varsity team one time, and he was like, "I don't care if I have 3 or 4 games. I'm gonna represent us in Florida." And that back then it wowed me out, and I was like, "Wait a minute. You don't care. And for 3 months, you willing to play 4 games as long as you go to Florida."
Yo, like he did that more than once. He did that more than once, by the way. Remember
I know, but that's my point. Like the thought process that you're okay going. Like Florida's
he's
1 week. Florida's 1 week.
He's one of the dudes that ruined this space too.
As a person that has coached down there many times, and maybe y'all gonna clown me and say, "Yeah, but Phil, you never won a national championship." That's true. I've been to the semis a bunch of times. I've been a field goal away from the Natty in Division I. This is back in the day when we had real football teams like Beacon House and Watkins and all of them in it, Marshall Heights and all of them. But the truth of the matter is, the thought process that you just want to go to Florida, you don't got to tell nobody nothing. You know who you are out there. If you feel like that, you're the problem with youth football. Whoever you are, feel targeted if you want. I don't know. But if you're doing everything you're doing just so you can go to Florida and play 1 week of football, meaning you don't care how many games you play. Now, your goal should be to go to Florida and compete for a national title. If that ain't your goal, you shouldn't be coaching. I'm agreeing with that. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. If all you care about is
at all costs,
even if the child, now everybody said they want the child to get better. That's not always the case. Some people know that their kid ain't going to get better, but they know I could potentially, I telling you, this coach said it to me. Yo, I don't care if I play 4 games. I'm going to go to Florida. I was like, wait a minute, dog. It's August. What are you talking about? You just, what do you mean you don't care if you play 4 games? I can't put a team together like this. So I went out and found a season so that we can play and we went to Florida. But to hear someone say it to me is the first time that woke me up. I wasn't prepared to hear somebody say that to me. Because Florida didn't, at the time, we had desires to go in Hartford, and we was building, Tito. We weren't a team that anyone would say, I don't want to play Hartford. Put it like that. I'm not even going to say we popping now. To some of y'all we are, to some of y'all we not. All I'm going to say is we don't have a numbers issue.
What's this question? I'm stirred.
What? Kids come out and they play. So my point is, you to have that philosophy, you guys got problems. I'm just telling you. There's problems out there. F Florida. I don't ever want to go again. I'll never forget that lady tried to tell us grown men we had a curfew like kids. I remember that. That's the night we did podcast live. We had Rick on, remember? Yo, she was like, yo, y'all got a curfew. I was like, yo, I said, Miss, we grown. She was like, oh, yeah, you guys just got to be quiet.
So did Matt. See 30 by over there. Ain't nobody being quiet. The whole hotel staying up tonight. The whole hotel staying up tonight till we ready to go.
Phil, who is the Hartford Wildcats and why are they getting players?
Bro, this dude, man.
They're getting players because they're football team. What do you have? Like Tyree, let's have a little more straightforward conversation. Say what the question that you're trying to ask me. Don't ask me an indirect question, brother. I won't take it personal. I promise. I don't do
it's
that.
10:40.
This is a podcast.
10:40, cuz.
What's the question you trying to ask before we get off?
5
Who is
minutes.
the Wildcats and why are they getting players? The Hartford Wildcats existed, for those that want to know, 20 years before the Hartford Hurricanes ever came to Hartford.
Nah, about 10.
And
10,
I ain't up here.
You were 09. You were 09. Hold on. No. You were 09. They were 99. So about 10 years. They were there a decade before.
So they were a decade before Hartford Hurricanes was even thought of. I was in the Hartford League. I didn't even start getting into youth football to 2002. So I don't know the question, Tyree, or what's the point. But if you're, I think what you're trying to say, and look, I'll put it out. I'll put it in. I think it was more to that question. I think you're trying to say, Phil, if you guys are so popping, why the Hartford Wildcats still around? I don't know. Maybe because we got 100,000 people.
How many football teams? How many football teams you got this year? How many football teams you got this year?
I've never heard of them. Just heard some players going there this season.
Yo, how many?
They've been around, bro. They've been on the Nationals a bunch of times at AYF.
How many football teams? How many football teams does the Hartford Hurricanes have this year? 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
JB! Next question. No, Tyree, I ain't saying you was taking a shot. I thought that's what you was trying to say. You ain't really want to say it. No, but they've been around, bro. They've been at AYF Nationals. Everybody know Buck Karan used to play for them. What's the kid that played for you that did the jump in the Izzo?
Rated.
They played for them and took them down to Nationals a bunch of time. Yeah, they definitely do something. Listen, man, with me is all love with all y'all. If your son plays in the city you live in, raise your hand.
Well, somebody could monitor that.
You sees. Wildcats ran Hartford, but the Hartford Hurricanes.
They were the only team in Hartford at that time.
They were the only team.
Yeah, they were the only team.
You can only run it if you're the only program.
In 2099 was the Wildcats, and 09 was the Hurricanes. People seem to forget.
The Hurricanes didn't get
the Knights. No, but y'all forget that the Knights was there in 2000.
The Knights came in 2010.
And then you had the Capital City, whatever.
Capital City Trailblazers showed up after the Hartford Hurricanes in 2013. So there was 3 teams in Hartford at one point, but we just stood the test of time. With that being said, it's your boy PH, the Prez, Mr. Above 140, and I'm here with my co-host.
It's your boy, Coach Correa, the General, A60 Army.
Hey, and my word of the day is simple. I can't cry about having a lot on my plate when my goal was to eat easy.